Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little different than the content that I've been putting out, but it's going to be my first ever favorites video, and I'm so excited to share with you products that I have been using lately that I have been loving. So let's just get into it. First product I'm going to share with you is face primers. This is by Smashbox and it's the Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer. And I have loved their products for so long. The original Photo Finish Primer has actually been my favorite. The Pore Minimizing one was a part of the PR box that they sent out last month during Valentine's Day. And a friend of mine actually said that this was one of her favorites, so I decided to try it out. And I really love it. It actually does really minimize my pores. I can't even see it. So I have been really enjoying this so far, and my makeup has lasted all day by wearing this primer. I have tried their other primers, like their primer water and primer oil, but I think just having like a physical, like consistent, like a primer consistency, if you know what I mean, just having it applied before foundation, I just feel more confident in having the foundation stay on longer. So current favorite foundation so far that I have been reaching for a lot. I'm gonna go into foundations. I have three that I have been rotating, and I have one drugstore and the other two are kind of pricey on the higher end side. And so I'm gonna talk about the drugstore product first. And this is the new NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. And obviously, like I said, it's a dropper. So it's thin, it's runny, watery kind of. I know a lot of people don't like it, but NYX actually made a brush specifically for this foundation. It has a little indent so that the foundation drops can sit on top while you apply it onto your face. This foundation is amazing for everyday makeup. I really love using this if I'm gonna use, like, if I'm gonna do just like a simple makeup look, not really dramatic like so. So I have been reaching for this foundation when I just kind of need a foundation if I'm not really going anywhere, you know, and I don't want to use one of my higher end foundations. I usually reach for my NYX foundation. Next two foundations are on the pricey side. I'm going to talk about the Iconic London Pigment Stick first. This is in the shade 2.1, and they did send this to me along with some other shades to contour and highlight, but I actually tried this out a month ago and I really like it because this stick foundation does not settle in my smile lines. Usually the other cream stick foundations that I use settle really bad in my smile lines, but for some reason this one doesn't, and I really like it, and it's like the perfect foundation shade for me. I'm on the medium kind of category, and my foundation just looks so flawless with this pigment stick. And the other stick foundation is the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation that I know that a lot of people have been using. I love it because it's not like your typical foundation stick shape. It's like triangle. This is in the shade called Golden Tan. I actually bought this online and I ended up getting a shade too dark, so I went and exchanged it for this one. I got Amber before, but it was way too dark and too orange for me, so I'm in the shade Golden Tan. If you kind of need like a skin reference, I'm a NC42 in MAC foundation. Moving on, the next product I want to talk about is my favorite concealer, and this is a Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, which I know a lot of YouTubers rave about, but it really does live up to the hype. It's an amazing concealer, it's full coverage, and it's in a humongous tube, like really, and a huge applicator. A little goes a long way, like I said, very full coverage, and I've had this for a few months now and I have not ran out of it yet, so definitely going to be purchasing this again. My favorite concealer before used to be NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and the Urban Decay one, but this definitely beats both of them. Next, I'm gonna move on, since we're kind of just talking about face makeup, I'm gonna stay in that category. So I'm gonna talk about my favorite highlighters next. I have a kind of liquid highlighter and two powdered highlighters. So I'm gonna talk about the powdered highlighters first. The first one is the Dose of Colors Supreme Highlighter in Gold is the New Black, which is like one of their new highlighters that they just launched. But this is what it looks like. It looks kind of too dark. When I first wanted it, I was like, it looks a little bit too dark to use as a highlighter, but it's actually so pretty. It's like a true gold highlight shade, if you guys could see that. It's not too dark at all. The next is the LA Girl Strobe Light Strobing Powder, and this is in 100 watt. Obviously, this one is a little bit more affordable than the Dose of Colors one, since LA Girls is known for having like affordable makeup. I really love this as well. It's like a champagne highlighter. Both of these highlighters, like, I barely put my brush in and it just gives off an amazing highlight. I'm wearing the LA Girl one right now. As you can see, it just gives you a nice glow, and it's not like usually I reach for more gold highlights, and this is more like a champagne. Next, I'm going to talk about the Illuminator Drops by Iconic London, one of my favorites. If you guys have watched my spring makeup tutorial that I uploaded probably last month now, I actually use this all over my face before foundation to give myself a nice glow, and I love it. They came out with 2 other shades. This is in Original. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like on the hand. Super duper glowy. I love it. You can use this alone. I like to use it kind of like as a base and then apply a powder highlight on top just to intensify it a little bit more. Or, you know, you could do what I did, use it all over the face, mix it in foundation. It's just a great formula. If you guys like liquid highlighters and illuminators, then I definitely suggest the Iconic London one, or even the Cover FX one is also great. I have one of them. It's a little bit too dark for me though, so I like to use it to mix in with my foundation, but this one is perfect. Next, I'm gonna move on to eye makeup, and if you guys have been following me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, I have been raving about these eyeshadow palettes, and they just launched like last week. These are the new Dose of Colors Marvelous Mauves palette and Baked Browns. It's their new matte eyeshadow palettes that they just released last week on the 15th, I believe, and I have been reaching for this one a lot. And a lot of you actually like the makeup look I did with this, so I'm gonna try to recreate it probably tomorrow in tomorrow's Get Ready With Me that I said I was gonna film, or another time. But these eyeshadows are so pretty, so buttery, so pigmented, and they're 5 matte shadows. It's like the perfect palette to create one makeup look, if you know what I mean. I usually like to use a few matte shades from different palettes and then a shimmery eyeshadow to complete the look. I'm not really like a huge all matte eyeshadow look person, but that's changed ever since they sent this to me, and I have not been able to put it down. So these are really pretty. I'll kind of show you a swatch. This one is in Wine Stain from the Marvelous Mauves palette, and this is only one swipe. Look how pigmented it is. It's really amazing. So I believe these are $42. I'm not sure. I will list everything down below in the description box, but I would say that this is definitely worth it. If you guys are like a huge matte fan, especially the Baked Browns one, because I know a lot of us like more warm tone brown shades. This is just perfection. Love this shade right here. This is called Cherrywood. I'll swatch this one as well. So pretty. Okay, next is a product that I know people have been raving about a lot. It's the new Stila Liquid Glitter Shadows, and I only have one of them. This is in Gold Goddess, but I know some people say that they really like it. Some people say, like, have mixed reviews, like they don't think it's like that great, but personally I really like it. I do love glitter. If you guys have seen like my past looks, I use a lot of glitter in some of my looks, but I really like it because it's not as messy as, you know, applying adhesive on your face, on your eye, and then applying the glitter on and then getting glitter all over your face. This is just easier to work with, and I love the applicator. You could use the applicator to apply straight onto the lid, or you could even use a brush. I personally like to apply this onto the lid and then take a brush to help blend everything out to bring it all together. The next 3 products I have are lip shades. One of it is a lip gloss. This is the Too Faced Sweet Peach Creamy Peach Oil Lip Gloss, which smells really good. And this is the applicator. What I really like about this lip gloss is that it's not that sticky lip gloss feeling. It's very creamy, and it still gives you that nice shine. Usually with lip glosses, they're like sticky, and when I get hair on my lips and I end up taking the hair off my lips, I get lip gloss everywhere on my face. So I really like this one because I don't have any trouble with it at all. This is in the shade Papa Don't Peach. The next 2 are liquid lipsticks. The first one is this Stila liquid lipstick in the shade called Bocce or Bossy. I don't know how you say it, but I really like the formula for this one. You guys know, if you guys have followed me again on any of my social media accounts, that Dose of Colors is my favorite formula. But I really like the Stila one. It's definitely in my top 5. My other favorites are like Smashbox, Dose of Colors, and Stila, obviously. This is definitely thinner than Dose of Colors. It's not as creamy, but when I apply it onto my lips, it feels like I'm not wearing any lipstick at all. And I love that feeling. It kind of, if you guys have ColourPop liquid lipsticks, but the shades that have a good formula, for me, Beeper is my favorite from ColourPop. The formula is amazing. Their formula kind of reminds me, Stila's formula reminds me of that. Very thin and just very comfortable to wear, and also very long lasting. The next one is Gerard Cosmetics Hydro Matte Liquid Lipstick in Bare It All. This is actually not my all-time favorite shade from them. My favorite shade is Skinny Dip, but I can't find it. But this is a kind of brown pink nude. Skinny Dip is a little bit lighter, more pink than Bare It All. I do have a coupon code for Gerard Cosmetics. I will leave it in the video and in the description box. But this is my first time trying their liquid lipsticks, and I really do like it. They are pretty comfortable to wear, but I do find that it transfers a bit throughout the day. But I mean, it's not a big deal. I always like to use nudes because you can't really tell that it transferred when, like, after you're eating, if you know what I mean. But anyway, the next and last product I'm going to share with you is a skincare product. I didn't want to overload it with all these products because they've just been products I've been using throughout the entire year, like the past few months, and a little bit at the end of last year. So it's not like a proper favorites video where I'm talking about products that I've bought, because I haven't really bought any new makeup recently. So just kind of sharing you products that I really enjoy so far. But hopefully next month I will have a good amount of new products that came out that I really like. But anyway, this one is the Kiehl's Cleansing Oil, one of my favorites, and the Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse is kind of similar to this, but this is what I use to take off makeup when I'm wearing a full face like so. I used to only use makeup wipes, and I don't know why, but I guess because I'm lazy. I just used makeup wipes and that's it, and I'll wash my face. But Kiehl's actually sent me their cleansing oil and a Clarisonic Mia Fit to use together. And the combination is just amazing, because after, like, I kind of rub the oil on my face, have all my makeup melt off, and I go in with the Clarisonic, you could really see all the makeup that's coming off, and your face just feels so clean. But this, like, cleansing oils, I think are just amazing for removing full face makeup, because, you know, you have so much on, and this just takes it off like a dream. It's amazing. I would go back after if it didn't get everything, but it got most of it. Like around the eyes usually is where I still have a lot more makeup, like from my mascara or eyeliner. I'll go back with a makeup wipe or even use like micellar water or something like that. So that's basically it for the favorites video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I only shared like just a few products, but these are products I have been really, really loving, and just really wanted to share with you guys my staples in my current makeup routines, or at least a few products that have been making an appearance in my makeup looks or tutorials. Let me know what you guys thought. I really do like making these type of videos now that I have gotten a little bit more comfortable. I want to, you know, kind of bring more chit chat videos onto my channel rather than just tutorials after tutorials. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite makeup products are. And yeah, see you next time.